This is Haystack Help Radio on KLZ 560. Haystack Help Radio is powered by HaystackHelp.com. Finding help can be like finding a needle in a haystack, but with HaystackHelp.com, finding the needle just got easier. Now, Haystack Help Radio with Scott Watley on KLZ 560.
Good afternoon and welcome to Haystack Help Radio. Thank you so much for joining us today. A special edition of Your Money Matters brought to you by our good friends at Affordable Interest Mortgage. Now, normally we just talk about your money and different ways we can help you with that with the show. But today is one of those what I call extra special editions. And first of all, welcome the sponsor of our show, Mr. Kurt Rogers. How are you, sir?
Welcome to you also, and I agree with you. We get about 5 of these a year.
I love them.
These are the highlights of what we do. We really appreciate this.
Absolutely. And Kurt kindly donates this hour to these guests, and that is our friends at Freedom Service Dogs. And so we've got several in studio, and we'll be joining one by phone here momentarily. But again, this is a great organization, and I tell you, I think Colorado as a state would probably be pretty favored for dog lovers.
Yeah,
you can't go too many places.
And we're actually the number one state in the country for dog adoptions. They'll bring them in from other states because
we do.
Everybody we like dogs.
Absolutely. Let's welcome our round table here today. We have Michelle Ostrander. Michelle's been with us before. She's the president and CEO of Freedom Service Dogs. Thanks for being here.
Certainly. Thank you.
And Devin Brown. Devin's a volunteer on the Faces of Freedom Committee, and we'll be talking about that in a moment. So, Devin, thanks for being with us as well.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And then by phone, we have Diana Lonergan. And Diana is a veteran who graduated with her service dog, Decker, from Freedom Service Dogs in 2014. So, Diana, thanks for being with us by phone. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, good. Well, I tell you what, since you're on the phone, we won't make you hold too long, so let's just dive into your story here just a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got acquainted with Freedom Service Dogs, and we'll take it from there.
Well, I'm 100% service-connected through the VA, and I was at the VA having major back surgery, and my sister works at the VA, and she gave me this pamphlet from Freedom Service Dogs regarding a service dog, and so that's how the whole process started. And I called them, and I believe I had to, write something in and send referrals and, talk to somebody, and then I had to go in for a face-to-face interview, and then in 3 years, I needed a special dog. He had to do brace and balance, and so that took a little extra time. So I graduated with Decker on June 4th of 2014. No, June 7th, I'm sorry, 2014.
Wow, that's a great story. So tell us a little bit of how that's, changed your life.
I used to have to walk with a four-wheeled walker because my balance was completely off, and I had a tendency of falling a lot. And now I don't need, since I have Decker, I don't need the wheeler anymore because he senses if I'm leaning to the left or to the right, and he brings me back the opposite direction so that I'm straight.
Diana, this is Kurt Rogers on the show. And what kind of dog is Decker?
Decker is a service dog, and he's also one of Eric and Jesse's Decker dogs.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. What breed?
Yeah, what breed?
Oh, sorry, he's a brown lab.
Brown lab.
So he's pretty good size. So when he notices you start to kind of lean.
6'2".
Oh, you're 6'2". Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, we're not talking about your pretty good size, okay? I want to make sure you understand that. We're talking about your dog. Yeah.
Right.
Your lab.
Yeah. So the lab's a pretty good-sized dog that can really help you, and what you just said, your height, can really help you, and that just let you throw away the four-wheel walker there. That's pretty cool.
Yes. I was happy to toss it. And one of his favorite things to do for me is to take my socks off.
I need that dog. Yeah. Is that dog for rent? Yeah.
With all the surgeries I've had on my back and my neck, I can't bend down to take them off.
Right.
And he sits right there until I lift my foot up, and out comes the teeth, and he's so gentle.
That is so cute. Wow.
And then he plays with it for 5-10 minutes, and then the other one comes off.
Sure. Well, before we go too much further, let me say thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
We appreciate that very much. What branch were you? Did you serve in?
I was in the Army.
In the Army. Okay.
Yes.
Good deal. And you live in Wyoming, sounds like?
Yes.
Yep.
But I was born and raised in upstate New York. Okay. And my mom passed away when I was young, and my older ones started coming out to Colorado, and I was the last one to come, and that's why I'm here in Wyoming.
Right. So what would be your, for lack of a better word, plea to those that are listening? We're going to be talking about some upcoming events and different ways that people can help Freedom Service Dogs. What would be your plea to our listeners to say, hey, you know what? We need your help. This changed my life. You can help change the lives of other people as well as other dogs and change their life and give them a good home. But what would you say to our listeners to say, you know what, this is a great organization, beg you to help us out?
I would think it would be great if any children had lemonade stands or iced tea stands, because any donation, no matter how much or how little, will benefit a dog in some way, whether it be food or training, and Freedom also has a lot of events throughout the year where you pay a minimal fee, and Decker will get to be able to swim. Right. So they have a lot of events throughout the year that people can just call them and ask them. And if they want to be a foster parent for a dog on a weekend, that's readily accessible, and it doesn't take any money to do that, just time. And it's just a wonderful organization. I am thrilled that I went with them to get Decker.
You're glad you picked up that pamphlet, right?
Yes. And if I could just say one more thing.
Absolutely.
My cousin passed away last year, and each of my siblings, we all got like $10,000, and she loved dogs so much, and she was buried with all her dogs, even though she wasn't supposed to. And I donated $250 to Freedom Service Dogs and $250 to Decker Dogs.
Well, good for you.
Because I know she would have loved for me to have done that.
Absolutely.
Because she loved animals so much, and I just wanted to find a way to give back. And, when you're disabled, the money doesn't come as much as when you work. And
well, I'm going to tell you what, when you work, it doesn't come as much either.
Yeah.
These days. But I know what you mean. And you know what? And you're right. And I think so many times we lose sight of the fact of somebody's out there saying, I don't have $1,000 to give. You know what? You got $10, you got $20. You get a lot of people.
$2.
You get a lot of people. They give $25. I'm telling you what, it can add up in a hurry. Just like
right.
Our bills do on the other end. You get a lot of $25 bills, they can add up in a hurry.
That's right.
It works both ways. Well, Diana, hey, we really appreciate you calling in today. Michelle, anything for Diana?
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story, Diana. And I just love the sock story. It's just we custom train our dogs.
A lot of people do.
And that is definitely custom training.
I got some work to do with my dog at home now.
Yeah.
I got to go home and try this out. Yeah.
Get him to teach how to take off your socks. I like the fact he takes off the sock and then he plays with it for a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's got, he loves the smell. I can't believe it. But, All
right, Diana. Well, listen, thank you so much for calling in again. Thank you for your service. And
I love Decker Freedom Service Dogs, and I can't thank them for all they've done for me.
Well,
I'm
very
so great. I'm so grateful.
Well,
I don't know what
that's
I would
why
do
they
without
do
him.
that last 10 seconds is why they do what they do, to hear that from you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yes. Thank you. You also.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's Diana Lonergan, again a veteran, and she graduated with her service dog Decker from Freedom Service Dogs in 2014. So, Michelle, let's start out again. Again, you've been with us before, but it's been a while. And for those that maybe just turn on the radio first time, haven't heard you before, tell us a little bit of the history of Freedom Service Dogs.
Certainly. So we are celebrating 30 years of providing service this year to the community. And in that 30 years, we have graduated more than 350 client dog teams on service dogs. And so what's unique about Freedom is that we take shelter dogs and we transform them into custom trained service dogs for people in need. And that's veterans with post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury. It's teens with autism. It's adults with mobility issues. So we really want to we change the life of not only the individual but also the dog because we believe we can use and train dogs to shelter dogs to become and have a second chance.
Right.
Now, go ahead. That process, when you mentioned 350 dogs in 30 years. Mm-hmm. So that kind of leads me to believe that there's a whole lot of people involved into what you do.
Absolutely. So we have our amazing trainers on staff. Our dogs are with us for 6 to 9 months. So we have many caretakers who are working with the dogs and helping them socialize and train them. And we have about 300 volunteers who help us, like Devin, who helps us with events and fundraising. We also have volunteers who help us walk the dog. We are always in need of foster families for the weekends who take the dogs home and socialize them and get them out of the kennels and into a family life. So we have a true family that helps us train these dogs, volunteers and staff and our donors who really make a difference.
So, but the dogs, when the dogs are given away to either a preteen or a teenager or to a veteran, there's no charge to those individuals.
That's right. So we give our dogs away free of charge. It does cost us about $30,000 to train that dog from start to finish. And so that's where we depend on generous donors in our community and events that we have like Faces of Freedom to raise money for these dogs and to help these individuals.
And Faces of Freedom comes up when?
It is this Friday, July 28th at Kiowa Creek.
And a great place to go, Kiowa Creek, again, there on our Sportsman of Colorado show with us from time to time. And it's, you think of Kiowa and kind of way out. Doesn't take long to get there. You can hit E470, hit
Not
Quincy,
that far.
and it's about 14 miles down Quincy. It'll be on your right-hand side, so it does not take long to get there. Do not speed on that road, though. I'm telling you, I can tell you that. I have an autograph from a couple of people there, but that is a great place, and Kiowa Creek does a great job, and it will be a great time. So let me look here for the details on that, and that is a Sporting Clays tournament. And tell us a little bit about this Faces of Freedom, then.
That's what Devin does.
Yes, the Sporting Clays event, the name of that is Faces of Freedom. It benefits Operation Freedom, which, again, raises money for the Freedom Service Dogs. It was founded in 2013 by Core Laboratories. They're an oil and gas service company. In 2016, they expanded that to a second event that we have in Midland, Texas. But again, our event is this Friday, July 28th. The address for Kiowa Creek is 46700 East County Line Road 30 in Bennett. Registration opens at 8:45. The event starts at 10 o'clock. We'll do one round of Sporting Clays for the teams. Everybody comes in. We have a lunch. We have a program followed by a live auction. All that will start kicking off around 1 o'clock. I've been involved with this from the beginning. This is our 5th year. The Sporting Clay stuff is fun, but really when you come into the program
Sure.
and you hear from the veterans, you hear the people that got the dogs and it's touched their lives, that's really what this is all about. It's pretty amazing stuff.
That's just a little pastime that you get when you go out there.
Yeah.
Now this, you said it starts at what time in the morning?
8:45.
And it ends about when?
We'll probably end about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
And there's lunch involved.
There's lunch involved. Yes, registration for a team of 4 is still open. It's $800 for a team of 4. That includes your registration, a door price ticket, breakfast, lunch, snacks, beverages, access to the program afterwards.
You said you've been doing this for about 5 years.
This is our 5th year, correct?
About how many teams do you have?
Just found out this morning we have 41 teams this year.
Wow.
Oh.
That'll work. Yeah.
This event's really taken off. One of the things I help do on the committee is get volunteers to help us run the event. And, I found out right away that it's easy to sometimes get people to give their money. It's even more difficult to get them to give their time. Mm-hmm. But with our volunteers, after they showed up the first year, many of them were asking now, when's the event, when can I come back? And they really want to be involved with it.
Sure. Well, that's great. Go to freedomservicedogs.org/faces. For more information, you can register online there at freedomservicedogs.org/faces, or you can call 303-922-6231. That's 303-922-6231. You're listening to special edition of Your Money Matters right here on Haystack Help Radio. We got to take a short break, and we'll be back with more right after this.
What could you do with an extra $500, $1,000, or even $1,500 per month? How would that change things for you? Would you buy a new car, pay off bills, or just feel a bit more secure about your retirement? What if I told you there's a way to make your dreams a reality? I'm talking about trading and investing in the market. Now, before you say, oh, that's not for me, just hear me out. I want to invite you to a half-day trading course so you can check this out. I promise you, you'll go away smarter than when you came in. We here at Online Trading Academy sponsor this, and we'll even send you home with a free home study video guide. Your money's doing nothing for you in a CD or mutual fund. Learn how to profit when the market's up or down. Call us now while seats are still available at 303-325-2776. Use offer code Radio50. 303-325-2776. That's 303-325-2776.
How do you make sure you get the lowest rates for either a refinance or purchase, or getting the right loan for you and not the one they want to sell you? Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. We have been offering our low rates since 2001. Loan programs to eliminate mortgage insurance and save you hundreds to thousands. Paperless loan application, quick loan pre-approval so your offer is accepted on your dream home. Purchases with only 1% down and no mortgage insurance. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Get cash out for that home improvement without having to restart your term. Home of the Asset Manager Mortgage, where you can pay off your home in half the time without changing one penny of your spending habits. Call 720-895-0500 to find out how. Take AIM. CFPB stated that the consumer has spent over $13 billion in fees on their mortgage that they may have saved had they shopped. Call us now and start saving. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191, regulated by DORA, equal credit lender. Take AIM.
Don't fall for gimmick ads when choosing your insurance coverage. Group Insurance Analyst has been Colorado's insurance superstore since 1984, where customers can compare and shop for all of their insurance needs. At GIA Insurance, their brokers have no allegiance to any particular health, auto, or home insurance company. Take advantage of their experience, expertise, and exceptional client service. For your free quote, call today at 303-423-0162. That's 303-423-0162. Visit their website, e-gia.com, or stop by their office at 44th and Garrison Street in Wheat Ridge. Group Insurance Analyst is an official Haystack Help registered company.
Tired of walking into gun stores and seeing the same guns everywhere you go? Check out our sponsor, Old Steel Historical Firearms. Hi, this is Scott Watley of Sportsman of Colorado. At Old Steel, they specialize in the purchase and sale of historical firearms. Need to get your firearm collection appraised? They can help. Buy, sell, trade, and consignments are welcome at Old Steel. Open 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Old Steel Historical Firearms is located at 12 East Girard Avenue in Inglewood. That's just 2 blocks north of Hamden off Broadway. Now you can own a piece of history at Old Steel Historical Firearms. Call 720-662-7252. That's 720-662-7252. Check out their website, oldsteelguns.com.
Well, we did it now. Hi, Dan Johnson from Lynlau Chevrolet, and we received a special allocation of over 600 new Chevrolets, and we're out of room. So to relieve our problem, check these deals out. A 2017 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 for up to $11,000 off MSRP, or lease a 2017 Chevy Cruze for only $199 a month, sign and drive, or a 2017 Chevrolet Equinox for up to $6,000 off MSRP. Go east and pay the lease. Lynlau Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at LynlauChevy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Rush to Reason with John Rush, weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ.
Welcome back to Haystack Help Radio. I almost said Sportsman of Colorado because we were talking about our Sportsman of Colorado show. But welcome back to Haystack Help Radio in a special edition of Your Money Matters, brought to you by our good friends once again at Affordable Interest Mortgage. Kurt's number, if you have any kind of mortgage needs, 720-895-0500. Just got a text from a real good friend of mine. Just one little personal note here. Davide, great friend of mine, and his folks have been visiting here from Italy. And we've spent some time with them over the last few weeks, and they are all in the car heading back to the airport to fly back to Italy. So I just wanted to say hello to them, to Davide, his mom, and Gaia, and the children there. And it was great to hang out with you guys for a few weeks here. So hope you have safe travels. So, Michelle, when we talk about the folks that need these dogs, we're not talking about just people that maybe would be evident to us of missing a limb or something like that. There's a lot of different issues that could cause someone to need a service dog.
Right. And many of our veterans don't have visible disabilities, but they've experienced post-traumatic stress from their experience in the wars. And so our dogs are trained to help them kind of re-engage with the community, because one of the things that happens when someone experiences severe PTSD is that they isolate themselves. They don't want to be in crowds. They don't want to be in public. They can't deal with the noise and the people, and they're hyper vigilant, right? So what our dogs do is help them get back out, help them re-engage. So if they're in their basement and that's where they're staying, they have to walk the dog, right? So they have to take the dog for a walk, and then they talk to their neighbors, and then, they feel a little stronger, and then they can go to their kid's soccer match, and sit in the bleachers with the crowds. And so our dogs truly help the veterans who have experienced post-traumatic stress from their experiences, get out in the community, re-engage in the community, and really start enjoying life again.
Right. And go ahead.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you, Devin, you were talking about on this faces.
Yes.
That the clay shooting, that there are some prizes that you're going to be giving away. There's a drawing and it's an auction.
That's correct, yes.
Can you tell us kind of some of the stuff that these 41 teams might be able to win?
Yeah, so we have a raffle prize. Our grand prize this year is a custom-built 300 Win Mag rifle. It's built by Wildcat Precision. They've stepped up. I've seen this gun myself. This thing is a masterpiece. So that's our grand prize in the raffle. We also have a live auction that items include a dove hunt for two to Cordoba, Argentina. That's a 5-star resort, 4 days, 3 nights there. We have a getaway to Spain. That's 7 days, 7 nights in a villa there. That's up for auction. We have a guitar autographed by Jeff Tate. He's with the band Queensryche, so that comes with a picture of him signing the guitar and a certificate of authenticity. We'll have a number of other firearms. Our friends down at Rampart Firearms in Sedalia really help us do all the transfers and get those items for that part.
Yeah, John down there is a great guy.
Awesome guy, yeah.
Some of these trips sound very nice. So this gun must be a very nice gun that it's ahead of these trips.
Yes, it's a very, very nice rifle, a fully custom rifle. We'll have another one up for auction too, where if you're the winning bidder on that, you can help specify exactly what you want, and our guys at Wildcat will build that for you.
Okay, so now the guys that are competing, since these are all auction items or door prizes. What do the teams get?
There are prizes for first place team overall, and then individual awards for men's high overall runner-up, and the ladies' high overall scores. And I believe those are belt buckles this year.
They are. So we work with a gentleman in Texas who actually custom makes the belt buckles, and so they're highly wanted by our winners, and so it's a really pretty amazing prize.
Wow. And a couple of sponsors, let's mention that, because this would not be available probably if we didn't have these sponsors with us. But special thanks to the following 2017 Faces of Freedom sponsors: PDC Energy, 4 Point Energy, Core Laboratories, and Liberty Oilfield Services. So I assume I'd be right.
Yes, and I also want to add PowerShift to that. So we are very grateful to our sponsors who really step up and help us underwrite this event so that all the proceeds that we raise and the registrations go towards the veterans who need the dogs.
Right. Now, if you're an individual, maybe you got one buddy, you don't have 3 other buddies, maybe you just got a pair of you, go out there anyway. Sign up. They'll get you with a team of 4.
Right, yes, $200 to register as an individual.
Okay. And again, that address you can go to online is freedomservicedogs.org/faces. And that number is 303-922-6231. That's 303-922-6231. So let's go, when we talk about volunteers, it takes a lot of time.
It does, yeah.
What made you want to get involved and give of your time to do this?
The guy with Core Laboratories, he was a good friend. Is a good friend of mine. He came to me and told me what they were doing. My dad is a Vietnam veteran, so a lot of the stuff that we're talking about with PTSD and then also the physical injuries is near and dear to our hearts. Something that my family's experienced firsthand. And so when I heard about this, it was amazing. I was like, man, this is a really cool thing to be involved with. It can really make a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Now, as a volunteer for the Faces of Freedom, you have other volunteers doing a lot of other things. And Diana was talking about one to where you can babysit, kind of what you called before in the past weekend parole for the dog.
Yes, that's it. So, right, we are actually in desperate need of foster families. So if you travel for work, are busy during the week, we can give you a part-time dog on the weekend. So you can come by and pick up a dog on Friday night and drop them off on Monday morning. And it really helps us and it helps the trainers because our dogs are, with their trainer every day in the kennels, but this allows us to have the dog with another individual. Maybe they need to work on barking, when someone passes by the window or something. And those behaviors that our trainers need to know about when they're in a home and a family environment, that they can help train with the dog. So we do have volunteer orientation twice a month. So if you go to our website, freedomservicedogs.org, you can sign up for an orientation, and they can tell you all the volunteer opportunities that we have available. And then we do an additional 4 to 5 hour dog training class. So we teach you how to walk a dog, which may sound like we want to make sure that our volunteers are reinforcing what the trainers are teaching the dog. So the dog needs to be ready to serve their client and pay attention to only their client. And so we want to make sure the volunteers are really, again, reinforcing.
As with most of these dog shows you see on TV, they're not retraining the dog. They're retraining the people, the owner, the people.
That is true.
And that's, so that's very, I think that's nice that, you want to train the people how to walk a dog. To me, I think I would know. But when you said that kind of ties them together with what the trainer's doing to keep the dog on the same page.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot to owning a dog, just for all of us. Mm-hmm. And I would think in this world of the commands that you give, the dog's been trained in all this, and if you don't communicate in that same way, then it can become very confusing to the dog.
Absolutely. So it's part of it. So we have two different training models. One is that the trainers are with the dog for that 6 to 9 months, and the client comes in for the last 3 weeks. And in those last 3 weeks, we basically train the client, right? So they're with us on site at our training facility in Colorado for 2 weeks just to learn what the commands are, how to work with their dog, use treats, we use a clicker training method. And then that 3rd week, our trainer actually goes into the home of the client. So if they live in Washington, we go to Washington or Georgia, wherever the client's at, so we can go with them. The trainer can be with them for that week in their normal activities. So whatever they want to do or normally do, our trainer walks through that with them. Because imagine your dog, right? You can leave for work and leave your dog at home. A service dog, you can't do that. That dog is with you 24 hours a day. So you need to be able to ride the bus with a dog and take the dog to work if you're working and all of those things. We want to make the client as comfortable as possible. Now, we have started a new program this past year with some seed funding from the state of Colorado that is allowing us to actually teach veterans how to train service dogs. So the veterans come to us, they're with us for about 16 weeks. They come in twice a week for a 2-hour class, and they're basically training the dog that we've assigned to them. So not only are they creating that bond sooner, allowing to get their dog home sooner, but they're also learning a job training skill that may then help them in the future.
Right.
And I was going to ask you that when you have a veteran that's applied like Donna did, and you've kind of interviewed her, and there's a list of things that she leads. She talked about the dog being able to help her with balance, so she needed a special dog. Are most of the veterans, you kind of try to hone in on a specific type of dog for that veteran, or do the veterans come in and kind of start messing with the dogs, start playing with the dogs to see if that one I think might work?
We do it in 2 ways. So we do ask the client, what kind of dog do you like? Do you want a long-haired, short-haired, like a bigger dog, smaller dog? So just kind of basic. Are there any allergies in the household we need to be aware of? And then we look at what the client needs. So with Diana, she needed brace and balance. That's going to require a bigger dog that can do that. So for us, it takes us usually longer to find the right brace and balance dog. It just takes longer to find those dogs for the clients. So it really depends on both things, what the client needs from the dog and then what the client's preferences are.
There's been a lot, real quick before our break, about service dogs and kind of the abuse that some people throw a blanket over one and call it a service dog and all that. What issues does that cause for legitimate organizations like you and the legitimate people that have service dogs?
It really creates problems because then people are questioning. So, it is not okay for you to buy a vest off the internet that says service and slap it on your pet dog and then have your dog misbehave in public because you want to take him to a restaurant, right? So a service dog, a service dog that is properly trained because they don't misbehave in public. They're not peeing in the grocery aisle. They're not eating off the table or the plates in a restaurant. And unfortunately, people are passing off or trying to pass off their dog as a service dog. And it makes it harder for someone who legitimately needs one to go into those restaurants and not experience bias.
I can get a picture from a friend of mine about a month ago that was in a Walmart off of Bowles, I believe, somewhere. A horse. There was a horse in Walmart that was a service horse.
So the ADA actually allows miniature horses to be a service animal.
Clean up on aisle 7.
And 8.
I do want to say that Colorado did pass a law 2 years ago that makes misrepresentation of your dog as a service dog a misdemeanor. So there, we are trying to put a little meat into this. So
you have to.
Yeah,
otherwise,
people are abusing it.
Yep. You're listening to a special edition of Your Money Matters. If you're just joining us, my name is Scott Watley along with Kurt Rogers. We have Michelle Ostrander in studio. She's the president and CEO of Freedom Service Dogs. Devin Brown, he's a volunteer on the Faces of Freedom Committee. Again, we'd love to have you come out Friday. I know it may be short notice, but hey, it'll be a beautiful day to get out of work. Go to freedomservicedogs.org/faces. You can register online there, or you can call 303-922-6231.
Are you buying your first home? Or are you right-sizing or downsizing for lower maintenance or a lock-and-leave lifestyle? This is Pamela Meyer of Denver Home Navigators with Keller Williams. I can help you discover and reach those goals. This is more than just real estate. It's about your life and your dreams. Call me today for your free consultation at 303-506-0106. At Denver Home Navigators, we help map your course. It's all about you. Call me now at 303-506-0106 or visit my website at denverhomenavigators.com. I'm Pamela Meyer, the exclusive agent for Haystack Help Radio, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Did you know that each and every day, 21 United States veterans commit suicide? Last year, active duty suicides surpassed the number of combat deaths. When soldiers come home, it is a huge adjustment, and they're often plagued with disabilities, such as immobility, PTSD, or a traumatic brain injury. You can help by donating to Freedom Service Dogs. This nonprofit rescues dogs from local shelters and trains them to become service dogs for these heroes. Help give back to those who have given so much. Donate now at freedomservicedogs.org.
At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, we believe that all pets deserve to have a good life. And because we know that your pet will have many different needs throughout its life, we offer complete pet care services every day, all at one location. Whether your furry friend needs a checkup, advanced medical care, surgery, boarding, grooming, obedience training, food, care products, or toys, we are here for your pet 7 days a week. At Lone Tree Veterinary Medical Center, we know that you want the very best for your pet, which is why you can count on us to provide top-notch care in everything we do. We are certified with the highest rankings by the American Animal Hospital Association and hold a gold star rating with the Better Business Bureau. You and your pet can visit us Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are located at 8681 East Lincoln Avenue in Lone Tree. Learn more about us by visiting our website at lonetreevet.com or just give us a call at 303-708-8050.
This is Scott Watley from my friends at Rampart Firearms in Sedalia. This is a great store, family owned and operated. They buy, sell, trade, and consign firearms. You will find a great selection of new and pre-owned handguns, shotguns, and rifles. If you can't find the gun you want, Rampart Firearms will special order your gun at no extra cost. Found a gun on the internet? Rampart Firearms will do one firearm transfer and the background check for only $10 if you mention Sportsman of Colorado. Rampart Firearms, 720-468-0050. That's 720-468-0050. Located at Highway 67 in Santa Fe in Sedalia. Rampart Firearms open 7 days a week. 720-468-0050.
Denver's Afternoon Rush. Rush to Reason is coming up at 3. Now, back to Haystack Help Radio.
Welcome back to Haystack Help Radio and a special edition of Your Money Matters. Once again, if you have any kind of mortgage needs whatsoever, give Kurt Rogers and his team a call at 720-895-0500. Want to thank Kurt for donating his radio time, an hour here, to Freedom Service Dogs. We have Michelle Ostrander with us. She's the president and CEO, and also Devin Brown. He's a volunteer on the Faces of Freedom Committee. If you're just getting in the car, turning on the radio, check out what they're going to be doing Friday. If you're into the outdoors and shooting a little bit, this could be a great, great event. You can go online and register at freedomservicedogs.org/faces, or you can call 303-922-6231. It's $800 for a team of 4. This will include your door prize ticket, breakfast, lunch, snacks, beverages. If you need to register an individual, that's $200. And get a couple of buddies together and go out there. Help them out. It will be a very, very good time. And a lot of great things will be given away out there, and a lot of information. Plus, you're just helping out a terrific organization. Michelle, we were mentioning during the break your Amazon wish list. Tell us about that.
Yes, so we are dependent upon the community to support us financially, and you can also donate items. So as you can imagine, we go through a lot of harnesses and leashes and dog treats in our training. So if you go onto our website at freedomservicedogs.org, you can link to our Amazon wish list, and so you can go there and purchase a bag of treats for us, and that will really help us, or a leash or a collar or a dog bed. So we definitely need all of those things, and we go through a lot of those supplies.
Right. Great.
So there's a lot of different ways of helping out Freedom Service Dogs. You know, you babysit on the weekends, go to the wish list.
That's right.
You come to some of these events.
Right. And if you're a company, you can sponsor one of our events. In addition to our Faces of Freedom, we have Doggy Plunge on September 9th, and that's at Pirates Cove. And that's where we turn the park over to the dogs. And so you can bring your dog for $15, and they can run wild in the water park, which is quite funny to watch. We also have our Diamonds in the Rough event, October 14th in Denver, and that is our annual gala that's not really a gala because you can wear jeans to our event, so it's a lot of fun. You don't have to dress up in black tie. And last year we had a synchronized dog show as entertainment. So I'm not sharing what we're doing this year, but it'll be amazing. So you got to come.
Nice dog show.
Yes.
That is so cool. Now, we had Joel Hunt on before, and we were, again, talking during the break, and Joel brought up something. Well, I actually asked him the question but I didn't realize really the type of answer I would get from him, and that is this, talking about just the manners, I guess, we should have if we see someone with a service dog, about approaching them, how to go about that. And he gave us some pretty good tips. From your viewpoint, what's a good way to go about that?
So you should always talk to the individual, the person, not approach the dog without asking. So it's okay to ask the person is it okay if I pet your dog? And that person may or may not give you permission, depending on what the dog is doing for that individual. But you should never reach out and pet the dog without asking.
Right.
Joe brought up that point because we had asked him that question, and he said, the reason I may say no for you to pet the dog because the dog is in a training mode. Mm-hmm. I'm in the process of teaching the dog something that I need the dog to do. And if you come down, you break that concentration. So while we may think that that's something small, to him it's very important. So he may say no, and we need to respect that.
Right. And it could be a veteran with post-traumatic stress, and that that dog is just doing something for him, even though you can't see it, right? It's blocking, protecting, giving him space or her space. And so we just can't assume.
Mm-hmm. And also, don't just say, "Can I pet your dog?" Hello. How are you?
Yes,
You
yes,
know?
that is important.
And he gave us that tip, and I'm like, because I'm horrible at that. I mean, I'm telling you, I see a dog, I'm petting it. I love dogs. I don't care where I am, where they are, what the dog looks. I'm petting the dog.
So does Victoria.
Yeah,
you can see him
and,
on Facebook all the time.
And so, boy, and I was like, and I just told him right here on live on radio. I said, "Man, I'm so guilty of that." So that was a great tip. Now, maybe someone's listening, as we mentioned earlier. You could not survive without volunteers. If someone wants to get involved, maybe they can help out a few hours a week, a day a week, whatever the case may be. Tell us about some of the ways that maybe some people can help volunteer.
So there's a lot of ways. So we need help with events. So if you'd like to plan events, help fundraise, recruit people, recruit volunteers, we need that help throughout the year at our different events. And we need help with taking care of the dogs. So we literally clean kennels every single day. So if you're okay coming in and cleaning kennels on a Saturday, we could really use your help. We need volunteers to socialize a dog, go out in the play yards and literally play with the dog. We need help walking. And so there's a lot of volunteer opportunities. We need foster weekend parents. So many opportunities to do that. And you can learn about those by signing up for a volunteer orientation, which we offer twice a month. And so go to freedomservicedogs.org to register for that.
Now, you just moved about a year ago.
We did. We went through a major capital campaign and raised millions of dollars from our very generous community to purchase and renovate a new home. We were really maxed out in space in our other facility, and so now we can expand operations. We could only have 30 dogs on site in training at the old facility. We now have 50 dogs on site in training. So
where is that new office, your new building?
It is at on Dillon Court. It's near Parker and Arapahoe Road. So we have 2.5 acres. So we have wonderful outdoor kennels. We have a walking path that one of our donors underwrote for us. And so we have space on our property for the volunteers to walk the dogs. And again, 3 wonderful play yards that we have turf in the play yards, which another generous donor underwrote for us. So it's a beautiful facility. If anybody wants to come down and see it, please just come by. We'd love to show it off.
Not all dogs that you originally bring in make it.
That is
as far
true.
as getting to that end step. How long does it usually take before you can see, okay, great dog, a lot of great qualities, but just not going to make the cut? Do you see that early on, or sometimes do they get pretty far advanced and all of a sudden with those few more weeks of age or months of age, they just kind of change a little bit?
It really depends. So some of our dogs will fail immediately because we do an in-depth medical evaluation. So, for example, if the dog has a tendency to have hip dysplasia, we won't place that dog as a service dog because we want that dog to work for 8 to 10 years with that client. We're putting $30,000 of training into the dog. So that dog we'd adopt out and be a great pet, but not a service dog. We have others who we have tests along the way. So we have a 4-week test and a 12-week test. And so some dogs are doing great, moving along, and then something happens. It could be kennel stress, right? They're in the kennels for 6 to 9 months during that training time. We don't always know the exact reason why they start exhibiting stress behaviors. So you could adopt a dog from us that has extensive training, or you could adopt a dog from us that has absolutely no training. But we do have adoptable dogs. So if you go on our website, we have about 10 dogs right now that need a loving forever home. And so if you're looking for a dog, I would encourage you to look at freedomservicedogs.org.
And when you go to choose a dog, there's some parameters that you choose from on that dog. What are some of those?
That's right. We are looking for a dog that is between 40 and 100 pounds and 1 to 2 years of age. They have to be food motivated because we use positive reinforcement, and they can't be too timid or too aggressive. So we do an initial behavioral evaluation in the shelter, and then bring them back to the facility to start the medical evaluation and then the training. So,
You're listening to a special edition of Your Money Matters. We've got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Sirens blaring, red and blue lights flashing. Getting accused of a DUI is a serious matter. Don't panic. You have Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law on your side.
License and registration, please.
Here you go, officer. Whether you did it or not, the moment those lights turn on behind you, you're in for a life-changing experience. Keep your hands where the officers can see you. You don't want to put them on edge. And never get out of the car unless asked.
Could you step out of your vehicle, please?
Sure. Never argue. Always listen to the officers. Be polite, but don't volunteer any information.
What's this about, officers?
Remember, you do have the right to remain silent. One wrong move, and your life may never be the same.
Have you been drinking tonight?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. When you've been charged with a crime, call KLZ's expert defense attorney, Kevin Flesh, at 303-806-8886. That's Kevin Flesh of Flesh Law at 303-806-8886. The trial-tested representation you need in your corner.
How do you make sure you get the lowest rates for either a refinance or purchase, or getting the right loan for you and not the one they want to sell you? Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. We have been offering our low rates since 2001. Loan programs to eliminate mortgage insurance and save you hundreds to thousands. Paperless loan application, quick loan pre-approval so your offer is accepted on your dream home. Purchases with only 1% down and no mortgage insurance. Take AIM, 720-895-0500. Get cash out for that home improvement without having to restart your term. Home of the Asset Manager Mortgage, where you can pay off your home in half the time without changing one penny of your spending habits. Call 720-895-0500 to find out how. Take AIM. CFPB stated that the consumer has spent over $13 billion in fees on their mortgage that they may have saved had they shopped. Call us now and start saving. Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500. NMLS 298191, regulated by DORA, equal credit lender. Take AIM.
Stack Optical has the latest technology in retinal imaging that can give you early detection of diseases like glaucoma, diabetes, MS, and high blood pressure. You really need to have your eyes checked every year, not just for your vision changes, but for your overall health. At Stack Optical, retinal imaging is a painless, non-invasive procedure. All you see is a flash of light, and you're done. With annual eye exams, retinal imaging, you can establish a baseline and possibly cure or stop the advancement of disease. Stack Optical has a great variety of lightweight rimless frames, and Alan Stack can also customize the shape of the rimless frames for you in his on-site lab. I've already had my annual eye exam, so get yours at Stack Optical and ask for the $69 eye exam. 303-321-1578. That's 303-321-1578, or visit stackoptical.com.
If you're looking for great deals on outdoor equipment and clothing, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Bill Paddock, owner of the Outdoorsman's Attic, your outdoor gear consignment headquarters. You'll save 20, 30, 40, even 50% on previously owned outdoor gear for the fisherman, hunter, and camper. We also sell live bait, firearms, and ammo. If you're doing a little spring cleaning, bring in your gear to the Outdoorsman's Attic. We'll sell it for you and put cash in your pocket. You can also pick up your hunting and fishing licenses right here at the store. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor gear needs is the Outdoorsman's Attic, located at 2650 West Hampton Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. 303-781-3626. That's 303-781-3626. Or visit us online at outdoorsmansattic.com. Mention Sportsman's of Colorado and receive 20% off all your outdoor clothing.
Hi, Dan Johnson, General Manager at Len Lyle Chevrolet. You know, I hear it all the time. If you give me a good enough deal, I'll buy your vehicle. So here it is. A 2017 Crew Cab 4x4 loaded for up to $11,000 off MSRP. Or how about a 2017 Chevy Cruze, sign and drive lease for only $199 a month? Heck, that's cheaper than a used car. And we'll pay top dollar for your trade-in. So go east and pay the lease. Len Lyle Chevrolet, I-225 in East Colfax, or on the web at lenlylechevy.com. Chevy, find new roads.
Rush to Reason with John Rush. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on KLZ 560.
And we are back for our final segment here with Freedom Service Dogs. Once again, please go online and register for this event this Friday at Kiowa Creek Sporting Club. freedomservicedogs.org/faces. The number you can also call is 303-922-6231. That's 303-922-6231. Devin Brown's with us. He's a volunteer here on the Faces of Freedom Committee. So, Devin, let's go back and kind of recap here. Looks like, boy, you got some great prizes, auction items? Is this going to be a live auction, silent auction, combination?
It'll be a live auction.
Okay.
We have an auctioneer that's been with us all 5 years now. He comes down and does a fabulous job hosting this event for us and gets a little competition going between some of the bidders, and it really makes it lively. It's really entertaining. We have some great items. We're going to have some 6 or 7 firearms up for auction. We have a trip to Cordoba, Spain. It's a 5-star resort there, 4 days, 3 nights. We have another that's Argentina, excuse me. We have another trip to Spain. That's 7 days and 7 nights there. We have an autographed guitar from Jeff Tate with the band Queensryche. And our grand prize giveaway is a 300 Win Mag custom-built rifle from Wildcat Precision Firearms.
Wow.
I got to come out just to see this rifle.
Yeah, this rifle is something else. Carbon fiber stock, Krager barrel, Defiant action. It's a really nice rifle.
So, Devin, what gives you, I don't know the word, satisfaction or whatever at the end of the day from doing what you do? You go out, you put in a lot of hours getting this event already. You have an event. You've done this before. But, I mean, what kind of gives you that end of the day feeling where, wow, I love what I do?
I can tell you the very first event that we put on, we had one of the veterans there, and he got up and he spoke as part of the program and told people what this means to him. He didn't have his dog yet at that time, but he'd been up here and they'd started interviewing him with dogs, and we're kind of narrowing down that whole process. And like I said, he got up and talked to everybody, and, Sporting Clays event, it's mainly a bunch of burly guys in this big tent area having lunch, and he talks and telling his story, and at the end of that, they gave him his dog, and he didn't know it. And there was not a dry eye in that place. I mean, it's just an amazing sense that, that you get of helping people out and doing the right thing.
Right.
It's really cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's amazing to me to see the bond, because we've had Joel on the show a couple times, that the bonds that the veteran and the dogs have. You can see what it does for the veteran, but if you pay attention, you can actually see what it does for the dogs. Because dogs, they're a great definition of unconditional love.
Right.
They really appreciate being able to serve someone else.
Absolutely. And we want to, when we train our dogs, we want the dogs to be happy in their work as well.
Sure.
And so that's why, some of our dogs fail too, because they like people a little too much. And if they like people too much, they're not going to be a great service dog. And so we want to adopt that dog out to a loving family.
And you said you had, 10, 11?
We do right now about 10, 11 dogs that are up for adoption. So a variety of breeds. But obviously, our dogs come from shelters, so a good mix and variety.
Yeah, and I really like the idea you take them from shelters. It's not like you're having to breed the dogs out. You go out and take dogs that have to be given away anyhow, and you convert them over to give them to a veteran. I just think that's a great concept.
Changes many lives.
Many lives.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Michelle, when it gets to the point of qualifying to get a dog, what are we got 3 or 4 minutes left here, but what are just a few of the steps that people go through? Is it a pretty good size?
It is. We want,
they fill out a
absolutely.
questionnaire.
We want to make sure that, again, the dog is going to be beneficial to that individual. So we do have an online application that's 20 pages. We needed to have recommendations from a healthcare professional. We interview the individual, their family member as well, because it is a family that's taking this dog in, not just the individual. And we want to really make sure that our dogs are being used to help people become more independent. That's why our founders, Michael and PJ Roche, created Freedom Service Dogs, to help people with disabilities become more independent in their lives. And so we want to make sure the individual wants to get out more and do more things. And so we look for that as a criteria as well.
Great.
Now, in some of, you talk about how people can come in and they can kind of give their dog a weekend parole. But you take those dogs and you put them in other things like teens that may be having some behavior issues.
Right. So in addition to our veterans that we help, we also help adults with mobility issues. So spinal cord injuries, MS, cerebral palsy, spina bifida. Our dogs can be trained to help pick up items, open doors, turn on lights. We had one young woman who was 19 and, she was young and she wanted to be out in the mall and she couldn't quite reach the countertop. So we taught the dog to take the credit card from her and hand it to the cashier. So we custom train these dogs, just like Diana's sock story. We want to make sure that we are helping that client And we have fun, and the dogs have fun, the clients have fun. So we also help children with autism. We were limited to 12 years of age and older, and we just brought on a new program. We merged with a company that serves younger children. So we will be expanding to serve children as young as 5 on the autism spectrum with a skilled companion dog or a service dog.
Do you have more dogs or people on the waiting list?
More people on the waiting list. We have about 75 people on our wait list right now who are waiting for a dog. And the wait time, unfortunately, is usually at least a year, but it can be as much as 2.5 years if depending on what the client needs, like brace and balance.
Oh, having more dogs and more donations to be able to get more dogs could help solve some of that issue.
Absolutely. Again, we are dependent upon the generosity of the community, and so donations in cash, in sponsorships, in purchasing a harness or a leash for us, all of that helps. And as Diana pointed out, $10 makes a difference. If 100 people give $10, that makes a difference. So we really would appreciate everybody's support.
Great. Go to freedomservicedogs.org/faces to register online for this Friday's event out at Kiowa Creek Sporting Club. But check out their website, freedomservicedogs.org, for all the information, all the different upcoming events, and we will try to let you know about each one of those as they get closer. Also, you can call 303-922-6231. So, Michelle, Devin, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate you having you on the show.
Kurt, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Affordable Interest Mortgage, your one-stop shop for all your mortgage needs, 720-895-0500. Thank you for joining us today for Haystack Help Radio and a special edition of Your Money Matters. Hope everyone has a great day. Leave it right here on KLZ 560.
The views and opinions expressed on KLZ 560 are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of Crawford Broadcasting, the station, management, employees, associates, or advertisers. KLZ 560 is a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.